one of those categories. And we're going to begin with the categories of political credentials. And if anyone at this time has a question that they would like to ask the candidate in terms of political credentials, just stand up and introduce yourself, and then you can choose a candidate to ask and ask your question. Okay, if no one has a question, then I'll start. Okay. And I'm glad to see you, Mr. Worthy and Ms. Dixon. And here's your first question. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to answer the question. And since it's only 2 people here, then you get to respond to the question also. Tell us about your background that uniquely qualifies you as a candidate for alderman. And we're going to start with Ms. Dixon.
Well, I'm from the Lawndale community. I grew up here. I graduated from Leif Erikson Elementary School, went to Manley High School, later graduated from UIC. I'm very familiar with the area. I'm familiar with the people. I am part of the people, I feel. I've been back here about 5 or 6 years. I did move to the north side for a while. I became a flight attendant after I graduated from UIC. Came back here about 5 years ago with the intention of just getting my master's and being involved, but not really involved. But found myself at a place where I was really, really devastated when I got back and I saw what was happening here. We've always been, it's been a poor area, but we didn't know we were poor. But when I got back here, I saw something that just really, really disturbed me to the point where I found myself here today. I'm involved because I couldn't get my garbage picked up. Something very, very simple, very basic. Couldn't get my garbage picked up. I called, like I'm supposed to. I called the alderman's office. He asked me to call Streets and Sand. I called Streets and Sand. They asked me to call here. They asked me to call there. So it became this cycle of chaos over getting garbage picked up, which I thought was incredibly unbelievable. I wrote letters, etc. And nothing really happened. I started a block club. I figured, okay, you can ignore one person, but you can't ignore like 2 blocks. Amazingly, he did do that. The incumbent did ignore the 2 blocks and never responded to any of the block club meeting invitations, etc. Anyway, what I saw was just simply wrong. It was criminal to sit and have a community exist in negative activity, filth, complete filth. No recreations, no nothing for the young people. Many of the residents saying that they're afraid to say anything to the guys on the corners at this point, and I could see why, because at 6 and 7, there wasn't a lot of interventions here to stop them from getting to this point. So now most people are afraid of them, which I have a small problem with. I do attempt to talk to the boys on the corners and make them understand that this is going nowhere fast. But a situation happened. It happened. And didn't just happen overnight. It's been happening for years. And I feel that it is time. You can either sit in the window and look at it, or you can sit on your porch and talk about it, or you can get up and you can get involved and you can try to make some things happen positive. It's up to us. I left the West Side, but everywhere I went, I was so proud to say that I'm from the West Side. I tell everyone I'm from the West Side because that's who I am. But when I got back here, I'm telling you, I said, this is not the stock that I'm from. I cannot believe we have been beat down to this point. So I got up and I got involved and I'm here. And my credentials is the fact that I'm from here, I'm passionate about what I do, I'm doing this not because of the money, I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do, and I don't like bullies. And I feel like this community has been bullied, left out, and neglected. And somebody has to do something to make a wrong right. That's why I'm here.
Thank you, Ms. Dixon. Mr. Worthy, would you like to give us an idea of your credentials?
Sure. Thomas Worthy, moved to North Lawndale in '93. I brought my wife and family here. I have a degree in economics from Duquesne University, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I have a degree in urban planning that I got from here at UIC. been doing development since the first day I walked in the community. We were going through all the buildings being torn down, the abandoned homes, the fast-track demolition piece. Started working actively on that. Worked with some developers to look at where all the lots were, where all the economic development pockets were, and just kind of focused on things I was already doing. I've done this for a number of corporations, but I came to Lawndale just to work in the ministry and just to share my skills. Through that, I was able to organize with Mr. Earls, Mr. Slumbusters, and started taking pictures of sidewalks and things of that nature, look at the L line, what we needed there, start putting in new sidewalks on Pulaski Road. I understand as one citizen takes a process, so one can learn the process. I've been through those processes. Then I went about trying to figure out, okay, so if the sidewalks can be fixed, what would it take to fix the sewers that were being flooded in the area? So then I found out a process for that, and just started asking more and more questions until the mayor saw me, and Mr. Earls asked me these questions and said, would you be on the mayor's capital improvement advisory committee? Got on that, joined up with a group, the Neighborhood Capital Budget Group, who studies the budgets. So I started pouring over budgets and things and looking at how North Lawndale can get services done. Found out that in order to get services, 2 years from now, you got to put your order in today. So I went through that process and was going through, just stacking bricks upon each other, developmental bricks. Learned about the schools, needed some infrastructure work. Chose 4 schools to go lobby for at Board of Ed. Spent a lot of time with Paul Ballas, the budget director, and he ended up being the board chair, and went through the whole process with them, and just started integrating my educational flow with the people that were in charge, going straight to the top. The thing that I work for corporations where we would ask for lots of money in any particular day. One of the challenges we have in North Lawndale is that we don't know how much stuff costs. We got to be able to put together the numbers so we can go to the table profoundly, strongly, to be able to ask for the things that we need. And that's where my talent is. I know where the money is. I found the storehouses for the money. I found that they oftentimes do not give you if you do not ask. And our alderman has not asked for what we need. We deserve 1/50th of everything that comes to the city of Chicago, period, off the top. But that's not being asked for.